Buddy Frank Kenny here. Thank you so much for joining us today for this Facebook Live. We're going to be interviewing, Shelby Glover, who is an amazing chamber CEO that I've worked with, and we're going to be talking about chairman circles and president circles. And I would just love to know, for those of you watching, where you're watching from, and do you already have a chairman circle or a president circle? Have you heard of these? Have you considered them? I'm going to share my story of how I came across them here in a second. But Shelby, can you introduce yourself a little bit first?
Hi, Frank. Thanks for having me today. I am the president and CEO of the Lindale Area Chamber of Commerce in East Texas. So I have been a president and CEO for 13 years now.
Shelby, how many people live in Lindale, Texas?
So in Lindale proper is about 5,000. We have a special situation where we have a gated community that has no retail at all. That's another 5,000 people. So we say our shopping district is about 15,000.
Okay. And how many members
I have 610 members right now.
That's pretty extraordinary. When I met Shelby, they were, I think it was the sign on the town said 7,000 people or something lived in your area, and they have 650, 700 members. So that's an extraordinary accomplishment, by the way, for a small community. Anyway, I digress. Let's talk about chairman circles and president circles. I'm going to share a story of how I became aware of these things. I started to work for a chamber, and the chamber's budget, I was told by the board hiring me that it's tight. You're going to have to bring in some more money because we can't even afford to pay you what you're worth, and the chamber's struggling. And I knew going in that the chamber financially was struggling. But really, I had no idea how badly the chamber was struggling. And a lot of you probably inherited a chamber in the same kind of thing, where they didn't even know. So anyway, I needed money. I needed to raise money. And somehow I came across chairman circles. And I would give credit if I could remember which chamber I discovered this from. Could have been through our state chamber association or just a local chamber, or somehow I discovered this thing called a chairman circle. And I looked at it, and as I analyzed, like, why are the chambers offering this chairman circle here? And and I discovered that there's three really big reasons why you want to offer one of these things. One is it allows, well, let's start with the money. It brings in money, not ginormous amounts of money, but really substantial money with very little work and no money out, or very, very little money out. So it brings in money. But what's it do for the members? It offers them status. And if you haven't studied marketing a whole lot, if you don't know the power of status, it motivates people. It motivates people to open up a wallet and spend money. Status is kind of like, it's part of every decision we make in life is, will this raise our status or will this lower our status? And it plays a part big time, especially in entrepreneurial type people. Status is really, really important to certain people. Most people, if not everybody. At some level, it's everybody. But in certain groups of people, status is really important. So when they become part of the chairman circle, and we're going to unpack exactly what this is when we talk about Shelby's chairman circle. But if you offer a chairman circle, you're offering status to your members. And that's a big deal. And something else that it does, if you look at the logos behind Shelby there, that's her chairman's circle there, that is social proof for the people to look at your chamber and go, wow, look at these businesses that believe in the chamber so strongly that they're willing to be part of the chairman's circle. So it has all sorts of benefits, not just for the member and not just for the chamber. It's like win, 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 win. And so, again, I'd like to know, for those of you watching, do you have a chairman circle? Do you have a chairman circle and a president circle? I've even seen these with 3 levels of value for the members. And I got to tell you, when I saw this and I took it to the board, they said, I don't think anybody will invest in this because it was going to be $1,000 in addition to dues to belong to our chairman circle. And I got pushback to where, like, all right, you can try it, but it won't work. But we tried it, and we promoted it, and we'll share how to market this thing here pretty quick. But I sold out of every spot in my chairman circle within a few days, and got a bunch of people on my president's list also. And you got to be a president before you can become a chairman, and the chairman's was sold out. So, and all these years later, 10 years later, it's still going. And so, anyway, love to know what questions you have as we go, because I know I'm just kind of going over the heads of some of you. If you've never heard of one of these things, you might have a hard time wrapping your mind around what we're talking. Excuse my cough. But anyway, now I want to kind of jump to Shelby, because several years ago, Shelby, when did you decide you were going to do the chairman circle?
We launched in 2017 in conjunction with our strategic plan that you and I did together.
And what was your kind of sense of when I told you, I think you should launch a chairman circle, you'll bring in some money? What were your thoughts?
We were definitely skeptical. I mean, we knew from doing the 3-year strategic plan with you, the planning retreat that we had, that we needed more money in order to get more staff. I mean, that was kind of there were 2 of us here in the office, 600 members. We couldn't accomplish anything on the 3-year plan without bringing on additional staff. But how do you do that without money? And so we were very skeptical. I mean, I have a couple of board members that were more skeptical than me, that thought, just like you said, this is not going to work. People are not going to pay $1,000 and $500. But we sold out in less than a month the first year. And now, I mean, they know in September it's coming up because it's an October 1st time. And they're begging now, make sure I'm on it. Make sure I'm on it. How do I get on that list? How do I get on that board? So it's definitely 3 years in, and I've increased $5,000 each year in revenue.
So I know we did 17,000, and you did more than that, and it's gone up by 5,000 every year. So that's nice work.
Thank you.
And what you're willing to share your marketing piece, right? I mean, you send it to me.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to screen share that. And let me see if I've missed anything here. So this chairman circle is the highest level. It's logos. President circle is the next level. It's just text. So chairman circle, the way I would do it if you're a small to medium chambers, $1,000. If you're a major metro, you're talking 5,000. Kelly Hall has her premier level. It's 25,000. So anyway, if you're a small medium chamber, $1,000 for chairmans, $500 for presidents. I've even seen lower levels than that. And the chairman circle can sell out because you only want to have so many logos. But president circle, it's text. You can have a lot of those. And you got to be a president before you can become a chairman, since the chairman's is already sold out. And that scarcity is saying, hey, we've got 19 slots. How many slots do you have in your chairman's?
I started out with 17. I now have 20. I think this year I might have done 21 or 22 just because there was a couple that I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
But
any pushback?
Yes, but again, I just talk about how that you want your logo as big as possible. So in order to get you there, we have to keep it at 20, right around 20 logos on the board, and the other benefits that go with it. So that's really our goal. And then I think this year it was about 25, 26 on the president circle. And several of those only got on there because they want to be a chairman circle. And they know that they have to pay the president circle level for a year before they're going to get invited. And it's an invitation. It's a partnership. It's an invitation to be a part of it each year.
I think what's really interesting here is that some people, I guarantee you, as a matter of fact, I've heard this as an objection of, oh, I would feel bad if I offered, this thing for $1,000. I mean, that's a lot of money for my members. Were you surprised at all, Shelby, on who stepped up with $1,000?
We were the first year. I mean, obviously, your banks and realtors are going to do it because if one of them is on it, then they all feel like they have to be on it or they are missing marketing. But some of the smaller companies that said yes to it, I have a promotions and products company, and they're like sold. I mean, they said that Chairman Circle is what got them more business in 2017 than any other thing they did because people saw their logo.
Yeah. It elevates a company. So don't feel guilty. If you're thinking, wow, I don't want to, in the chamber industry, we often feel as if we're nickel and diming our members. Oh, I don't want to go back to that member and get more money from them. We got to flip that thinking. If you can serve a member, they want you to go back to them. I mean, it's you're not abusing your members here. You're helping your members. And the more money a member spends with your chamber, the more likely they are to retain their membership. The people that drop are the ones that come in at just the base dues. The people that stay are the ones that invest in your magazines and invest in your chairman's circle and things of that nature. I mean, Shelby, you'd be shocked if a chairman's circle person didn't renew, right?
Oh, I mean, the thing is, and we've been talking about this with all that's going on about how I'm handling my social media. But the thing is, these people on the top of this list, they're my top tier investors too. I mean, they're my investors in, like you said, the sponsorships and the luncheons and the rodeo and the fall festival. They want the tables at the front of the room at the banquet. I mean, they spend over and over and over again with me.
I think that's very interesting in that if somebody becomes a member of the chamber, they're now a customer. And that means that they're probably willing to spend more money with the chamber. Now that they're a customer, they're willing to, open up their wallet for what else you have that will help them. And every time they do that, they become more and more and more likely to help in other ways. So doing this is almost like the money up front is great. The 20,000 that you'll bring in is awesome, but you're going to raise way more than the 20,000 through your chairman circle because all of those investors now are more committed to the chamber. They're going to go, you know what? I'm already at chairman circle level. Let me sponsor the rodeo or let me sponsor XYZ. Do you think I'm right, Shelby?
Oh, I think you're absolutely right. And I think when people see them out in public and they mention that they've seen it, you just have more buy-in because they see that again, that return on their investment is what they're looking for.
And the social proof that the chamber gets that all these major players are investing above and beyond dues in the chamber makes people go, that chamber, they're solid. I mean, the smartest people in the community are backing this. I want to be on that team. So there's all sorts of great reasons to do this. Shelby, do you mind if I start sharing your marketing pieces?
No, please.
All right, so let me hit screen share. Done that. We'll do this, share, and bring this up. There we go. Are you seeing it, Shelby?
I can see it.
Great. All right, so this is kind of what you offer to the people that are part of your chairman's circle. And I think the overriding thing here is that it looks like you're offering just tons and tons of stuff that must cost you tons of money and cost you tons of time. But after this is set up, it's really not that much additional work. Am I right there, Shelby?
Oh, absolutely correct. I mean, once we have all of it kind of in its place after the first year was obviously the hardest because we had to figure it all out and what it was going to look like. But now that we've rolled it out, I mean, just like the top thing, prominently displayed at the bottom of my weekly emails, it's there. It's already put in place. Once a year, I update, the changes, and then we move on. I never have to touch that again.
Yeah. So you send out to your members this piece with a date certain of when this thing is going to close. So there's scarcity. So there's scarcity of I only have so many spots, and even if it's not filled, we're going to close this thing because we got to go to print on some stuff. And so that scarcity increases demand, and people will jump at this. And you can do a postcard, you can do an email. For me, I sold out 100% via email. How quickly, once you send it out via email, did you get a response, Shelby?
The first time, of course, it took a little longer. It took about a month to close it out because we wanted 20,000 the first year. That was our goal so that we could hire employees. But now I sold out the second year in 2 weeks. And it was an email went out first. I started making phone calls saying, hey, your spot's going to get filled. I need to know something. We're going to print. And my goal was everything would be printed November 1st. And I do this October 1st. So 1 month and I'm done. And I've taken care of, last year we made $30,000. So in 1 month, I've taken care of staff for the year.
That's wonderful. All right, let's just go line by line here.
Okay.
So prominently displayed in every chamber email, that's just your signature on the emails that go out?
It looks just like the board, only it's just at the bottom of the weekly emails.
Gotcha. And then displayed in the monthly newsletter? I mean, that's just a graphic that goes into your monthly newsletter?
Again, just a graphic that goes in the newsletter.
Prominently displayed with a link to your site on the front page of the Chamber's website. So doesn't cost you anything once that's up. Took you a few minutes to put it up to link to everybody, but no additional cost there.
Right. And we have chamber masters, so it's super easy and convenient. You can even set the dates once you get it done. So it knows and it's ready. It's at the top if everybody wants to visit. It's lindellchamber.org. And you can see the top ones are scrolling for the chairman circle. Then the president circle are just listed at below that.
Great. And then shared monthly through the Chamber's social media marketing. How do you do that?
Right now, it's a video, or it was a video before the pandemic. It was a video as our Facebook cover that showed those that just scrolled throughout.
So great. And then prominently displayed at all major chamber networking functions. So you got banners created?
So this board that's behind me, we take that with us everywhere we go. And we have an easel. We put it on the easel at the front. We make sure that it's wherever I'm going to stand so that it's in pictures too. So that when we send our pictures out for the monthly event, then this board is in the pictures.
Awesome. And just one member of the chairman's circle paid for that expense, I would think.
Oh, less than that. Yeah. This board's about $100. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Displayed an annual community guide. So you're just adding the graphic into your guide.
Yes. So it takes half of a page. Same as what the table of contents page is usually what we do. So half of a page graphic.
Included in the marketing campaigns when feasible. So you gave yourself an out. And have you been able to figure out a way to include it in a lot of your campaigns?
Yes. So we have 3 other publications that we do. So this graphic is half of a page in those 3 publications, along with the sponsors for that event. And then, again, if we can take the board, that's the if feasible. The rodeo, it doesn't really work to take this board. So, they're in the publication for the rodeo, and that's what they get.
Good. Special Chairman's Circle membership badge to display on your website and social media. Have some of your members taken you up on that?
They have. They like, again, you talked about it. It's the status thing. They like something that they can proudly promote that they're a member of the Chairman and President Circle.
A 30-second video interview posted on the Chamber's social media. Did all of them take advantage of that, or did some just, they could take that or leave it?
Surprisingly, no. I mean, they don't all want it. They could take it or leave it. In fact, we haven't even done any this year because the first year we made sure that we continue to contact them. Hey, you've got this available. This year, with everything that's changed and going on, nobody really cares if they get it or not. That's not something special to them this year.
It was on them, and if they want it, they'll ask you, and you'll make it happen if they want it, but you can't force it upon them. So.
Right.
Individual business e-blast, social media post, and press release when you join. So how did that go with trying to get it into the newspaper?
We have new owners in the newspaper, and so it hasn't worked as well because they really think about it as an advertisement instead of a press release. Yep. So we've just kind of, worked around that. I think social media and constant contact have definitely been my 2 anchors for this program.
Okay. At the time, you were limited to 15 businesses. Now it's up to 20 something?
Yes. So it was 20 last year is how many I capped it at.
And then this is like the pièce de résistance, one privately hosted meeting per year with other chairmans and president circle members. So it's kind of like a high-end cocktail party. What's that about?
That's exactly it. So Miranda Lambert is from Lindale, Texas. And her parents own a store here, the Pink Pistol, and Red 55 Winery. And so they host our party every year. So we have wine, appetite, heavy hors d'oeuvres, and we do it in November. So it's right after they've joined, right after they've paid their money. We show the new board for the year. We talk about what we've done for the year thus far, our accomplishments, the success of the chamber, and just really make them feel that night like they're a partner in the chamber.
Yeah, and it's good to see those people that probably don't see each other all the time, the people that are at the top level of support of the chamber, chatting with each other and getting to know each other. I mean, you're building community there and family, really. So then it goes down to President's Circle, and again, it's not a logo, it's just text. But a lot of these are just the same. It's just text, though. They don't get their logo, right?
Correct. I mean, that's the biggest difference is it's just text. It's not as prominently displayed. I mean, even if you look at the boards behind me, you can capture those logos and you quickly identify some of those businesses, whereas reading the text is not as easy. And they don't get the videos. I mean, there's some perks that they don't get that our chairman circle do, but for the most part, both of them are very similar. And again, 2 weeks and I'm done with this project every year. And
Well,
only I do it. So the whole reason that we did it that way is again because we knew we needed income to make sure. And if you have a salesperson, I have a salesperson. She's wonderful. She sells everything else for us, but she does not sell this program. And I think the members want to hear from the CEO about this.
yeah, this is definitely a CEO to CEO kind of discussion. And these are your peeps. These are people that you could go to in an emergency and solve almost any problem under the sun. They're committed to the chamber, and you're allowing them to be committed to the chamber, and they're getting status bump from that. I mean, it's just a win-win-win. I'd love to know if anybody has any objections to doing this or concerns, reasons it wouldn't work in your community. Maybe you could put those into the comments. Shelby, would you go to those comments from time to time and, I don't know, just participate in this thread a little bit so people know kind of what you've experienced and what you've ran into? Would that be okay?
Oh, absolutely. I'm happy to help. I mean, I think, Frank, that your chamber program and what we have going on here on social media, I've borrowed, begged, stole so many times, and I'm happy to share anything. I mean, I sent an email to somebody yesterday that requested some information. I think that's what we're in this together. I mean, I think that's what makes chambers unique is it's not like stealing from the competition. It's shared ideas, and we each are in different communities, but the things that we're working on only make our community stronger.
Yeah. All right. Shelby, is it okay if people reach out to you? Can you share an email address if you're
Yes,
comfortable with that?
absolutely. So it's Shelby and SHELBIE.Glover at LindellChamber.org, or, reach out to my social media. I'm working from home most days now, but I'm happy to help in any way I can. And thanks for having me, Frank.
You're welcome. You're a superstar. Take care, Shelby.
Bye.
Bye bye.